What's up, everyone? I'm the nostalgic book potato. Today we're out in the wild doing a vlog. I'm going book shopping and I'm taking you with me. Today we're going to Indigo, which, if you don't know, is the main Canadian bookstore chain. There's a couple books I want to get and a couple more that I want to check out, so let's go see. So I was too chicken to do any actual vlogging at the bookstore, so I just took some pictures. But I did get a few books that I'm excited to talk about. So I'll see you when I get home. So now I'm home, and I have a little book haul from the bookstore. I even got a free bookmark, which is nice. But before I show you the books I got, let's talk about book shopping. I was too self-conscious to take any video, but I got some pics of things. Here are the staff pics. I just want to shout out to the staffer who openly admits that Den of Vipers is a 5-star read for them. Because I read it, I got it for free on Kindle back when it was self-published, and it has some really unhinged spice. Like, I read a lot of spicy stuff, but this was unhinged. Like, I won't ever drink from a fancy water bottle. I don't know if it was edited at all or toned down when it was traditionally published, but yeah, it was, wow. So, you know what? Good for you for owning your freakiness. I'm so here for it. They had a book talk romantasy table, but I have a question. Is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V. Schwab really a romantasy? I know it's about sapphic vampires through 3 different timelines, but is it a romantasy? I feel like it's meant to be more literary, like Addie larue, than fantastical. And I don't know that it's really meant to be a romance either. So, like, if it's not super fantastical and it's not super romantic, then how is it a romantasy? I think it's meant to be like a gothic, queer, vampire, potentially tragic love story. But that doesn't necessarily equate to romantasy in my eyes, so I don't know. Now for some random books I found that look and sound really cool. The City of Dusk by Tara Sim. This dark epic fantasy follows the heir of 4 noble houses, each gifted with a divine power, as they form a tenuous alliance to keep their kingdom from descending into a realm-shattering war. Definitely sounds cool. There's a necromancer, elementalist, shadow wielder, and a soldier. So there's going to be different kinds of magic, there's gods, and epic battles. That all sounds very cool. Then I found the Book of Witching by C.J. Cooke. The tagline says, 400 years separate them, one book binds them. Ooh, I love a book about books. So the synopsis says, Glasgow, 2024. Clem waits by her daughter's hospital bed. Erin was found on an idyllic beach in Finhallow Bay, Orkney, with catastrophic burns and only one memory. Her name is Nyx. But how did she get these burns, and how did her boyfriend end up burned alive? Orkney, 1594. Accused of witchcraft, Alison Balfour awaits trial. The punishment to be burned alive. Ooh, so this is definitely giving gothic, witchy, historical vibes, which is very cool. Then I strolled through the YA section and found some more cool looking books. I actually already have A Forgery of Fate. It's on my 25 for 2025 TBR. It's about a girl who can paint the future in a fantastical world with gangsters and dragon lords. The Shadow Bride is the sequel to The Scarlet Veil, which I also have but haven't read yet, but I am excited for it. It's set in the same world as Serpent and Dove, which is about witches and witch hunters, but this duology is about vampires. So, you know, we're just covering all the paranormal creatures. But a couple new books that I was interested in are Heir of Storms by Lauren Hamilton Murray, and The Last Tiger by Julia and Brad Riew. Heir of Storms is about a rain singer born into one of the Empire's most esteemed fire-wielding families. Her birth summoned a devastating storm that left thousands dead. I am the girl who wove the storm that shook the world, and I'm coming for my crown. Ooh. So there's deadly trials and a love triangle. I do love a love triangle. The Last Tiger is inspired by true stories from the author's grandparents during the Japanese occupation of Korea. In a colonized land where tigers are being hunted to extinction and ancient magic stirs, two star-crossed teens, Lee Sung, a servant yearning for freedom, and Choi Eun-ji, a noble girl defying tradition, join forces to try and reshape their respective fates. Ooh, a forbidden romance? Love it. Gotta love an angst-ridden romance. And I appreciate a story set in the motherland. Also, unbeknownst to me, there was a book signing going on while I was at Indigo. I hadn't ever heard of the author or the book that was being released, so I felt weird about taking pictures if I wasn't even going to partake in the activity. So, yeah, didn't get any pictures of it. But it was a book signing for the release of A Most Puzzling Murder by Bianca Marais. I kind of creeped around because the signing was actually happening in the section that I was looking around in. And the author sounded super nice, and the fans sounded enthused about the book. So that's cool. So the book is about Destiny Whip, who is a former child prodigy, world-renowned enigmatologist, and very, very alone. A life filled with loss has made her a recluse. An existence she's content to endure until a letter arrives, inviting her to interview for the position of Scruffmore family historian. Not only does an internet search for the name yield almost nothing, it's a role she never applied to in the first place. In the midst of cryptic ciphers, hidden passages, and the family's magical line of succession, Destiny is certain of two things. One of the Scruffmores is going to die, and she's running out of time to stop it. Apparently, this is an interactive whodunit where you can solve the puzzles too, so that sounds fun. I honestly haven't been a mystery reader since I was like a kid. I've always liked crime shows and stuff, but haven't been into reading about it in forever. So maybe I should give this one a go? I don't know. Would it have been like weird to randomly pick up the book at the signing and ask her to sign it without even knowing anything about it? Because now I'm wondering, like, did I miss a chance to like get a book signed in person by a cool author? I don't know. I probably would have checked it out. I couldn't do it. One of the books I did want to check out was King of Envy by Huang. Because I haven't decided if I want this Indigo exclusive edition with the dark cover or the regular white cover. What do you guys think? I have had mixed feelings about this series so far. I liked King of Wrath and Pride. I didn't like Greed, and I've kind of soft DNF Sloth for now. I've heard that the main guy in Envy is similar to Alex from Twisted Love, which is my favorite romance. I love that book so much. And I love Alex, so if Vuk is similar, sign me up. He saw her first, he wanted her first, but now she's engaged to his oldest friend. And the closer the wedding looms, the more he's torn between loyalty and desire. Oh, yes, it sounds super angsty. So I'm excited to pick this one up, but let me know if I should get the dark cover or the white cover. They also had some cute-ass mugs, like this little cat that says, "Don't stress me out." Alright, so now let's talk about the books that I actually bought. So I went into Indigo specifically to get two books. The main one I really wanted to get was My Friends by Fredrik Backman. It's a signed edition. It was literally the last signed copy they had, and I scoured the whole store for it. But lo and behold, it was at the bottom of the pile in the front of the store. The only problem with this signed edition, though, is that he signed his name with red pen. And this is going to sound weird, but there's like a Korean superstition against writing your name in red. Growing up, my parents told me to never write my name in red because it's bad. Like it's writing your name in blood or something. So that's a big no-no. So yeah, I don't know. Did they just not have black pens in Sweden? Like, come on. I have been wanting to read some Fredrik Backman for a while, and Jamie's review of this book has convinced me to pick this one up. It's about a famous painting of three friends, a woman who's low-key obsessed with it, and the story behind the painting and the people in it. The other book I went to the bookstore wanting to get was Visions of Flesh and Blood by Jennifer L. Armentrout and ravyn Salvador. It's kind of an encyclopedic companion book for the Blood and Ash series. I liked From Blood and Ash, but I have some qualms with it, and I have only read the first 3 books. I generally like them all, but they're just too long. If she cut some of Poppy's annoying inner monologue and a lot of the "I hate you, oh you're so stabby, I love it" banter, then it would be much improved. But this book is like a compendium of the lore of the world and has journal entries from the infamous Miss Willa, as well as some short stories and bonus scenes too. And I mostly wanted this book because I wanted to dip my toes back into the series without committing to reading a super chunky book. And it was only $8. And I do like this Indigo exclusive edition. I'm not sure why, but apparently Indigo likes to have dark covers as their exclusive editions, so yeah. And finally, I just randomly picked up If I Had Your Face by Frances Cha, because it was $4 and I've heard good things about it. It's about 4 women in Korea making their way in a world defined by impossible standards of beauty, after-hours room salons catering to wealthy men, ruthless social hierarchies, and K-pop mania. I feel like a lot of female Korean authors talk about female exasperation, which is like not quite female rage, but it's exasperation. Like, how it's kind of depressing and frustrating being a woman. I haven't read them yet, but I feel like Kim Ji-young, born 1982 by Cho Namju, and The Vegetarian by Han Kang are kind of along the same lines too. So yeah, that was quite the range of books in this book haul, and it was a fun trip to the bookstore. Honestly, I buy most of my books online nowadays, so I don't go to the bookstore, like, ever. But it was fun. So let me know what your favorite bookstore is. Is it a big chain like Indigo or Barnes & Noble? Is it an indie? A used bookstore like Goodwill? Or even the Dollar Tree? Like, where do you buy your books? Let me know in the comments. Okay, bye! If you're still here, leave the bookstack emoji. Thanks!